Welcome back. This is a weird position. You know it's gonna be a weird one when the video starts with do this. This is me in my purest form. I've not done my hair. Haven't done my makeup. Haven't brushed my teeth. Which if you know me, you know I like to brush my teeth, but I have not because I don't feel like it. So I'm not going to. What's up? I just have some things to talk about. Don't mind me. No. I'm also gonna clean my face because it's kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't clean my face last night before I went to bed because I was so tired. It was about like 6 p.m. and I just couldn't handle it anymore. However, plot twist, I didn't even fall asleep until lighting, hello. I didn't fall asleep until like 12. So kind of pointless to go to bed. What is happening to the lighting on this video? Don't lock, oh my god. Whatever. Kind of pointless to go to bed so early. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to edit that out. What is the lighting? Okay. Can I just get to what I want to talk about, please? Stop distracting me. How dare you? Basically, I just feel the need to talk about this issue I have with society. I am ugly, as you know, because you're here right now watching this. I'm not pretty. I don't have nice hair, as you can see by what it just naturally looks like. It's not nice. It's messy and frizzy and ugly. Sorry. I don't have a great body. I'm kind of like tall and I'm weird shaped. Like I have large legs, but I'm not large in the ways that people want me to be large, if you know what I'm saying. And by people, I mean boys, I guess. Girls too. Everyone. And the most obvious, and I think the most detrimental, is that my face is just kind of bad. Like, if we really want to get up in here, I have eye bags. I have some beautiful acne scars here, here, here. My teeth, they're straight because I had Invisalign, but they still are ugly. You know what I mean? Like they're still ugly looking, even if they're straight. They're just straight and ugly. Like these ones look too close together. These ones are stained. They're like come to weird points. They're yellow. They're like, I don't know, they just look shaped weird. Like this looks like a shark tooth. Like who's man? My nose is also big. My eyebrows are okay. It's just like who cares? They're actually bushy, and I got bullied for that in elementary school because I have a unibrow if I don't shave it or pluck it. But I shave it because plucking it hurts. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, hairline awful. Looks like I'm balding right here. I always have to wear my hair when I'm trying to look good, at least. Like I'll do a couple strands like that and I'll be like, look, I have hair. Oh. My lips, they're like decently sized, especially because that's the thing that's in now. But they're just like shaped weird. My smile's weird. When I'm actually smiling, it's like my gums are too big. I have really small eyelashes and my eyes are shaped so I can't even do like winged eyeliner or anything. And like I have a weird voice, as you may already have guessed. It just like is annoying to everybody. I'm sure it's extra annoying to me because I have to hear it all the time because I'm always with me. But like even to other people, like I know I'm annoying sounding and like acting. So basically I am just an all-around ugly person. Personality wise, not that it matters, but I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. I don't know. I think a lot of my personality is based on my looks and how people treat me. Because when people treat you good, you're probably a nicer person. But it just depends. So, like, I'm ugly. And I hate it. I'm gonna be honest. This isn't some kind of, like, secretly, like, love yourself video. Like, it's definitely not that. I'm ugly and it's really starting to bother me. Like, it's not fun to look like this at all. Like, and there's people that are like, well, I get it because I have a big nose or I have a whatever. But, like, you can have bad traits or bad, you know, it's subjective. You can have, like, an ugly thing. Like, big noses are ugly or, like, frizzy hair is ugly or whatever. Like, whatever people think. But you can still be pretty. I think I just have such a horrible combination of all the bad things so that it just doesn't work out for me. Like, maybe if you look past my body and you just saw my face and I was posing and I was like my like best picture, my headshots that I turn in, stuff like that, and I edit a couple things out and a couple acne scars out and I wear a bunch of makeup, I can look pretty in a split second for a picture or for maybe a video clip of me just being like, but then as soon as I start talking, it's like, oh, you're ugly. You know what I mean? Like, I just have an ugly voice and and that combined with my, like, maybe if I was like my ugly face, but then I had a nice voice, it would like balance out, but like everything's ugly. So it's just kind of not the best situation for me. And like recently I've kind of been watching people, especially boys, just out of curiosity, even the people I'm not like pursuing, like I don't have a crush on them, just like different boys and seeing like how they interact and what they think is attractive. And like, I don't know, I'm just never gonna fit that, I don't think. Like, I'm not saying love's not possible for me, blah. Like, I'm a child, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even 18 yet. Like, I get that there's a whole world out there waiting. But for right now, I find it impossible for someone to look at me and be like, in actual, like, yeah, plenty of people can, like, my friends will be like, you're pretty in that. But, like, to have someone, and again, girls are different than boys. Girls are nicer, and girls are, a lot of times they're my friends, you know? But, like, to have a stranger, especially a boy, just be like, I see a video, just see me talking, and see my everyday life, and interact with me, and be like, I like her. Like, that's literally impossible, and everyone's gonna come for my throat and be like, well, it's not about looks, blah, blah, blah. But it is. Like, it is about looks. Like, at the end of the day, like, that affects a lot of your life. Look at models. They get paid big bucks just to be pretty. And it's like, well, they do a lot more than that. It's like, yeah, but you don't even get the chance. We're not even going to let you get the chance to model because you're ugly. So you can't be a model. So it's kind of messed up, kind of unfair, not gonna lie. Because as an ugly person, I want money. I want people to like me. It's just frustrating to be a high school girl, and I'm sure it's been like this in every day and age, but just in this day and age, it feels so amplified that I'm ugly and that there's no around it, because it's not, every high school girl doesn't feel this way. Yeah, everyone feels insecure sometimes, but like, to actually be ugly, you know when you're ugly. Tell my ugly girls out there, you know when you're ugly. We're ugly. And that's okay, but it's just like, it's just frustrating. Like, sometimes you just want to be pretty, and it's like, yeah, looking unique is good, and maybe it can get you roles that being pretty can. You don't look like everybody else, that can be a good thing, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you just want to feel and actually be pretty. Like, it doesn't mean that every waking day, I'm insecure and I'm upset and I'm sad. Though that is a lot of the time what's going on. It doesn't mean that necessarily. It just means that every now and then I'm like, like, imagine if I just swap bodies with someone who's pretty for that millisecond that I met that person that I clicked with really well. We have the same sense of humor, we're both laughing. Just imagine if I was pretty. What a wonderful relationship I could form with that person, you know what I mean? But no, because you're ugly. So you're just looked past. And a lot of this happens to guys too. It's not just a girl thing, but it's usually guys, when this happens to them, they get mad. And I got friend zoned is like the thing. And they get abusive and like, I was a nice guy, why don't you sleep with me? And it's like really negative and like scary, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that in a girl way, because I think it's just as bad if I were to say that. It's not necessarily that I want to like sleep with them and I want to be in a relationship, but it's like, imagine the connection I could have formed with that person if I was pretty. If they could look past how ugly I was. If, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to blame it on them because physical attraction is a thing. So just like, imagine if I was just pretty and they could just see me as a pretty person and not just ugly and funny, but I was pretty and funny, and they liked the way I looked just as much as they liked my sense of humor and my heart and my opinions and my knowledge and all of that. Like, imagine the possibilities. It's like, again, it's not every day, but every now and then something happens and you're like, I wish I was pretty. It would make this a lot easier. I'm in dance, so I have a mirror in front of me for a fat hour of a day, and I'll be dancing sometimes, and like my body's, I talked about that before. My body's not exactly great either, so that's a whole other issue of like just being uncoordinated, and like I struggle to like move my neck because I don't like looking anywhere but forward. Like, it's like I don't like looking around. I don't know, it's weird. It's just like I'm constantly like hunched over just a little bit, and I don't necessarily, I just like can't. I just have bad posture, but not just in my back, but also in my like neck. So when I'm dancing, I just look kind of weird. And it can be hard to like look at yourself for that long. And there's people that, it's like, would I be a better dancer if I was pretty? And I know that sounds kind of stupid, because it's like, how does being pretty have to do with your body when you're dancing? But like, just the way that people who are good dancers, like the way they look at themselves in the mirror is a whole thing. Like, facials are a thing. It's you have to believe you're selling that dance to people, and it looks really nice, but it's a combined thing. Like, I think even if I could do the dance right, I'm just so ugly that it doesn't matter, because it doesn't look good. Because that's the point. The dance is supposed to look good, but if you're ugly, the dance doesn't look good. I don't know. Same thing with singing. Singing is obviously something I'm more into, and I do more, and a lot of that I don't have to be seen. Because, like, I don't know, my album covers a picture. I can take a picture and be okay with that. You know what I mean? Pictures aren't the person. But when I'm singing live, I just want to be one of those singers that can get a zoom-in shot of them singing into the mic, and they look really nice. And they're singing, they're like, woo, woo. And they look really majestic and, like, pretty. And the way their, like, mouth moves as they sing is, like, is good. Like, you know, like, it's satisfying to watch. I'm not like that. Like, when I sing, I look ugly. I'm just like trying, you know what I mean? I'm not, even if I try to look pretty when I sing, I just don't. I just look ugly. And that sucks. That's annoying, because I would like to look pretty. And I guess that's kind of the conclusion of all of that, is that like it all comes back to, I just want to be pretty for a little bit. My hair is awful, and I like don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing on curly hair, because I have curly hair. I think it looks great on pretty people. Pretty people with curly hair exist, obviously. But like, on me, with the features I already have, my big hair just doesn't do me any favors. Maybe if I can get, and it's like once a month I can get it to look nice and curly, but every other hour of every other day I look like Will Ferrell, and that's fine. I'm okay with looking like Will Ferrell, but it's just like, I just wish I was pretty. Like, I just, I'm not, like, not even just like romantically like guys, but like, think of how people would treat me in general if I was pretty. Everyone that I know that people like is pretty. Does that make sense? Like, no one's ever mean to someone who's pretty. I'm not like celebrities. Like, we're all mean to like Kim Kardashian, even though she's pretty. But like in school, all the girls that are popular, not popular in like an annoying way, but like popular because they're like nice, also happen to be, what a coincidence, pretty. Whereas anyone who's annoying, and we all know is like, ugh, she's annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those people that are kind of like obnoxious and they're annoying, and they not talk too much, but they're just like, you just don't like them. They're like mean, they're kind of off-putting, they're like, they're not super charismatic, they just give off bad vibes in high school, are ugly. And it's like, what's the cause and effect? What came first, the personality or the looks? And I think I've cracked the code. It's a fat combination of both. But when you're told you're ugly, or not told you're ugly, when you're treated like you're ugly your whole life, because you are, you start to develop this like anger and this resentment towards the world, so that even if you were pretty, or like puberty hit you, or you got pretty, you still have that like ugly mentality. Like, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a therapist, clearly. But I just feel, it's just annoying. I just wish I could, like, go up to every person I've ever met and been like, just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm ugly. Please ignore it for a bit. Like, I wish I could, you know, on, like, dating shows back in the day, I don't know if these actually existed, but where it's, like, you can't see the people, there's, like, a wall between you, and then their, like, voice is modified. Like, I wish every person I met I could meet like that, because I think that's how you could get the truest connection to people. But alas, I'm forced to introduce people to me and be like, hi, my name's Valen. I look like this, and I'm ugly. Enjoy that. And they are forced to interact with ugly me. And that just sucks for all of us. I feel bad for the other people too, because I've been in the spot where maybe the personality's there, but I'm not physically attracted to somebody. That's not my fault, and it's not their fault. It just sucks that that's a thing that has to happen. I'm just ugly. There's no solution. There's no cure to being ugly. I should start a GoFundMe for being ugly. It's actually kind of a good idea, not gonna lie. Maybe one day. I wouldn't do that, because there are real things going on in the world that are more important than me being ugly. This is just what I deal with. This is my struggle. And I'm just talking about it because I can. It's, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's just not fun. It's not fun at all to be ugly. It feels like there's so much less opportunity because I'm an ugly girl. And ugly guys, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe a couple girls in high school won't date them, but they make some money, they go on to do good things, and then they get pretty girls because they're rich. Does that happen to women? If I was rich and ugly and I was a woman, could I pay guys to like me? Because I don't think that's how it works. I've never heard of that happening. Maybe I'll be the first. But it's just annoying. Being ugly combined with being a woman is like a hate crime. Well, I don't know, it's not a hate crime. There's a better word for that. Is a like a double whammy. I don't know how I got the word double whammy and hate crime confused, but it's that. Yeah. That's just what I feel. And I think I'm right. I think I am ugly. And I think no matter what my close friends tell me, I'll still be ugly. Because they have subjected themselves to me longer. But they can't look me in the eye without lying and say that I'm pretty first off. Maybe I'm pretty to them now because they know me more and they've gotten used to it. And they've tricked themselves into thinking it's true. But like, first impression, there's no way that they can look me in the eye honestly and say, people think you're pretty when they first meet you. They like you and they're like, wow, she's so pretty. Like, that's their first reaction. That's not true, unless they're doing it in like oh, she's unique. Like, oh, her hair's curly. How pretty. But not actually. Not like, oh, like, wow, she's gorgeous. She's a model. You know what I mean? That's not me. It's not what I look like. As much as I would like to be sometimes. Not all the time. Like, I'm sure it gets annoying being pretty and people judging you based off of your being pretty and like, but I think I'd much rather deal with those consequences than the ones of being ugly. Like, I think there's a lot better of a pro and con list for being pretty than there is for being ugly. Like, you can literally just have a picture taken of you and you can go viral just because you're pretty. You didn't even have to do anything. You just had to exist and people like you. But I have to like really work for people to like me because I'm ugly. So that's frustrating. But I get through it. I live on, I guess. That's all I have to say about me being ugly. Okay, bye.